Alright, and welcome back to episode 24, if I'm correct, of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel playthrough. And yeah, man, I love these artworks. Look at this. There's a different one every time I find so far. Like I ran into the same one a couple times as well. Sometimes there's Blue Eyes here. I've seen the orange girl. I do not know her name. Girl with the red and orange clothing. Like there's really amazing artworks here. I love it. Right, let's get into it. Connecting, and let's see. Last episode we actually were introduced to some new, last few episodes actually, some new kind of summoning mechanic, which is the Synchro Summon. As you can see, maintenance notice. Okay, that's January 27. Okay, it's interesting that they're like these times. They're not related to any time zone. So do they make it automatically so detects your time zone and then this is your time zone? But I would doubt it because this sounds like a really logical time for them, but not to be in my time zone because I think Konami, yeah, I think Konami is in Korea, right, or something. It's in Asia. Well, anyway, okay, it's not important at all. Let's go. Because we will just avoid playing maybe that day or just when I log on and I see it's offline, we don't play. All right, so this is the rewards that we have. We have 4 rewards here. So these 2 for the activity, and I think for the next day of activity. So yeah, we will just keep those again stocked up there, and we have 50 here. Yes, so basically those we will just keep, and same thing for the dual pass. I don't see a reason to collect it early. Anything else? I think not. I would say let's go into the next story mode because we still cannot open this gate, the Warrior of the 6 Elemental Lords. No biggie, no biggie. But it does mean that we will start a new gate. Yeah. The gate Spectre Slaying Flames, and actually recognize him as Sjiwanewi monster. Yeah, awesome. Sjiwanewi employ the power of fire to slay specters. Their power burns fiercely through the demon swords and synchro summons. Yeah, I remember this. This is a zombie deck with synchro summons. Experience supernatural powers that connect dimensions. Wow, that sounds amazing. But again, yeah, I remember this. This is a zombie deck. With synchro summons, I explored it once, but I stopped quickly with exploring because it's against synchro summons, which I in my own decks won't play with. So alright, let's start with the scenario and let's see what it is. This is one of the main Sjiwanewi monsters. He appears on a lot of cards. Not the white hairs, the one with the black hair, so we just saw for as a moment only. Spectre Slaying Flames. Let's go. In that era of warring state, heroes across the lands were in conflict with each other. Of course, this is again how it always starts. Let's go. As some strive to unify the land, nations formed and perished, and countless battles were waged. No play escaped the flames of battle, and the long enduring wars wrought havoc not only on the fields, but also on the hearts of the people. And when the world was devastated, a unique type of monster appeared, the Spectres. The Spectres misled the people and sometimes manipulated the wise into calling for more war. There was a young samurai who devoted his life to battling the Spectres. The samurai studied not only various schools of swordsmanship, but also the art of exorcism. Wow. Exorcism, zombies, hey. Using the Sjiwanewi style mode, a fusion of various arts, he sparked a war before anyone knew, along with like-minded people. The name of the samurai who vanquished countless specters had spread like ripples among them. I guess it's his name then? But I don't know him from the Sjiwanewi cards. Maybe he's a synchro monster, that's why I do not know him. In seeking his death, the specters attacked with a large army without losing a step. The Sjiwanewi style confronted the assault. But no matter how strong he was, the samurai was merely a human. In the end, he was overcome, and the specters trapped his spirit inside his beloved katana. Ooh, an interesting katana. Meanwhile, the specters decreased in number and lost much of their power, slinking back to the darkness from whence they came. Whence? Huh. The specters disappeared, but the time will come when they will accumulate power and reappear. Though now a spirit sealed within his katana, the lore of battle and Sjiwanewi style techniques were passed on to posterity by his surviving comrades. Soon after the dark war between the young samurai and the specters, the world ceased to be at war. Nice, no more war. Peace had been restored, yay! And an era when few knew of war was ushered in. The battle between the Sjiwanewi style and the specters continued on. Nice, this is the guy that I know. He's actually a pretty good card. Also outside of Sjiwanewi decks, he's like a decent zombie card in general. Not in a meta game, by the way, just in the game decks that we play with. The current generation's successor is known as Sjiwanewi Samurai. In this post-warring state world, the young warrior showed bravery and courage. Nice. This looks amazing. Along with Sjiwanewi style synthesis, that's the trap card, he united with the spirit of the founder of Sjiwanewi and dove headlong into the battle with the specters. Alright, nice. Looks amazing. I'm actually really excited for this, even though it includes Synchro Summons. Yeah, now that we got a little bit the hang of the Synchro Summons since last episode, let's just try to make most of it. Learn the ins and outs of the Sjiwanewi deck. Alright, this is the practice, so it's probably gonna teach us some basics of the Sjiwanewi decks, since the game already taught us the basics of the Synchro Summon. Oh, this is the style synthesis, so basically that's the spell card, my bad. And you actually have a trap card which is named similarly. What makes a Sjiwanewi deck unique? That's what they always start with, basically the new deck, what makes it unique. There are a plethora of Sjiwanewi, okay, I have to pronounce this word a couple times, so let's go. There are plethora of Sjiwanewi monsters whose effects allow you to banish cards, and whose effects activate when they are banished themselves. Yeah. The tuner Sjiwanewi Spectral Sword in particular has an effect that allows you to special summon a synchro monster by banishing itself and another monster from the graveyard. If you take advantage of this effect, not only will you be able to continuously special summon synchro monsters, but you will also be able to maximize the effects of banished Sjiwanewi monsters. Yeah, let's see. I actually read those effects, but as soon as I read synchro, I always stopped reading. So, all right, this is a warrior monster. Let's draw a card first. When we draw Gold Sarcophagus, that actually banishes a monster, so we will, or a card in general, but let's read it after. Your opponent's Getsufuma, yeah, has an effect that destroys any zombie type monster that have battled. Okay, make use of Sjiwanewi monsters effects to special summon synchro monsters, and while using their effects to destroy your opponent's monsters. Sure, let's do so. You need tuner monsters to special summon a synchro monster. Yeah, I keep forgetting that, by the way, last episode as well. Activate Gold Sarcophagus and banish Sjiwanewi Spectral Sword from your deck. Alright, so this is, by the way, a random card in general as well, because it doesn't state anywhere Sjiwanewi, but it does work with a certain kind of game method or mechanic, how you would call it. And that's of course banishing cards. So yeah, if you have cards that actually like to be banished, then I think this card's actually an interesting option, because this card definitely doesn't do well in every deck. For example, in our Blue Eyes deck, this card would definitely not do good. We don't benefit anything from banishing cards. Alright, let's go. If this card battled a fiend or zombie type monster, destroy that monster at the end of the damage step. Okay, so that is a decent effect. And okay, let's I guess read this card first, but we will also be reading the other two cards. Banish one card from your deck face up. During your second standby phase, after the card's activation, add that card to the hand. So that takes a while, but it's worth it eventually, because if your monster also gets an effect while, or the card in general also has an effect while it gets banished, when it gets banished, or if it gets banished, then yeah, then it's a plus and another plus later on. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Sjiwanewi monster from your hand or graveyard, except Sjiwanewi Spirit Master, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is banished, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Sjiwanewi Spirit Master once per turn. And we also have the field spell. That's it, the field spell. Once per turn, if you control no monsters, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Target one zombie monster with 0 defense. This monster has 0 defense, yes. In your graveyard, special summon it. Okay, nice. Target one of your banished zombie type monsters with 0 defense, return it to the graveyard. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's banish Spectral Sword, apparently. We have more cards. I'm not gonna read through them all, of course, but ooh, I see a lot of cards. A lot of interesting cards. This is the trap card I was talking about. Sjiwanewi style Samsara. Okay, so yeah, it has a similar name, but alright, but yeah, we will come to that later for sure. This is the monster I was talking about. We saw in the movie, I guess, in the intro clip as well. And this is a really good zombie monster in general. Yeah, nice. I recognize a few of these monsters, so I'm glad that's actually the case. Right, if this card's in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can target one non-tuner zombie monster in your graveyard, banish it, and both discard. Okay, so not the turn is sent to the graveyard, but then you can actually banish both it and this card. So basically both cards, 2 cards from the graveyard. And if you do, special summon one zombie synchro monster from your extra deck whose level equals the total levels the 2 monsters had. Okay, you can only use this effect once per turn. Sure, then we are banishing it. We are activate Sjiwanewi style synthesis. So yeah, we can return it to the graveyard with this card. So it didn't have an effect when it was banished, whereas this card actually did have an effect if it was banished. So if we would banish Spirit Master, if this card's banished, so this card would actually activate if we use the Gold Sarcophagus on this card, if we have it in the deck. I think we do. But if this card's banished, then it would still, like this effect would activate. Regardless, we're gonna use Synthesis as effect to target one of your banished summon type monsters returned to the graveyard, for sure. And we're obviously gonna do the second effect. We don't even have a card in the graveyard. Ah, okay, wait, hold up. We actually used another effect. Target one zombie monster in your... Wait, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Ah, okay, so that's what we did. We still activated the second effect, but we had to send the card to the graveyard first from our hand. So we return it, and now we have 2 monsters in the graveyard, so we can actually activate the Spectral Sword effect. The tuner monster, Sjiwanewi Spectral Sword, in your graveyard, and the non-tuner monster, Sjiwanewi Spirit Master, are ready to go. Okay, use the effect of Spectral Sword to special summon this synchro monster, Samurai Saga. Samurai Saga, nice, awesome name. Alright, let's go. And of course, effect activation, we're gonna banish this card together with Spirit Master. Select, banish, banish. Alright, and we're special summoning, synchro summoning. 1 zombie type tuner is necessary, plus one or more non-tuner zombie monster. Okay, once per turn, during either player's turn, you can target one of your banished zombie type monsters, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, change to defense position all monsters your opponent controls. That's a little bit worded weird. And if you do, change all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster, and change them to defense position, basically. Like, okay. So it has to have, this has 15, so basically, yeah, okay, again, I'm sorry. Shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, change the defense position all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster. Yeah, so it's the monster that you shuffled back. If this card's banished, you can target one face of a card your monster your opponent controls that it loses 500 attack. Okay, that's decent, but not that good. So okay, let's get it on the field, and then we can destroy his card by shuffling back Spirit Master, because it's 1500 attack and this has 1200 defense. So let's activate the effect. Sure, we're gonna activate it for sure. Is that only when it's... No, it's 1 per turn during either player's turn, and during either player's turn that means spell speed 2, by the way. I'm not sure if I've ever explained it. No, I've never explained it, I know that, but I'm not sure if you are perhaps even already familiar with it. But there's spell speed 1, 2 and 3, so this is spell speed 2. Let's just keep that in mind. So we're destroying it. Hold up, did I shuffle it back already? No. Ah, we used Spirit Master's effect. When this card's banished. Of course, if this card's banished, you can target one face of card your opponent controls. Destroy it. You can only use this effect. That's what happened, of course. And if we wanted to, we could even do it again. We can kill another card your opponent controls. You can target one of your banished zombie monsters. And then change to defense position. So that's what we would do. We would change the monsters to defense position. Okay. So this card's not really that good. I'm sorry for the misexplanation there. So, but I think at the end it's clear what we have done. All right, let's go. Victory. That was only the practice battle, so I think we have a better feel now of how the Sjiwanewi monsters actually work. We at least know those 3 monsters and the field spell. So yeah, without much further ado, let's read this and get into the next duel. You need to take countermeasures against Sjiwanewi Shogun Saga. Okay, whose attack spikes suddenly if and Sjiwanewi style swallows slash. Okay, which destroys two cards while banishing Sjiwanewi monsters to activate its effect. But also watch out for Getsu Fuma. Okay, we used that. The opponent had that card just now. If you're dueling with a deck that uses Fiend type or Zombie type monsters, even if your attack is higher than your opponent's, you'll be destroyed by the effect. Okay, let's go. I like Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way. It's really cool to see. You cannot really just wing it. You wing the attacks basically. You have to read every card, know what you're doing, strategize, and go in. And with that being said, let's see what the opponent does. That's the Spirit Monster, and this is Salamandra. Equip only to a Fire Monster. It gains 700 attack, so that's quite a bit. And he also has a face down card. Alright, so let's see. Now we're not getting any help, so we should read everything ourselves. We have Spectral Sword. We just banished this card. Oh, this is the artwork of the guy that we saw earlier in the intro clip. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can target one non. So basically, yeah, okay. So that's the effect. We can banish it from the graveyard to Synchro Summon if we want to, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's his effect. So we want him in the graveyard, honestly. We don't want him on the field or at all, or like not even banished. If we want him banished, if he is banished, we want to return him. If this card's in your graveyard and you control 2 or more Sjiwanewi monsters, yes, with different names, you can special summon this card. That's useful. Because it's not a tuner though. This is a tuner. Okay. It's level 2. Decent. Okay. But banish it when it leaves the field. Sure. If this card's banished, okay, that happens then with its own effect. You can target one zombie monster you control. It gains 600 attack until the end of this turn. Decent, but not too good. This is a really good card. I said already this is not a... Oh, this is actually a Sjiwanewi monster, but it's a great monster in every zombie deck actually, because you can tribute one zombie monster, you can tribute himself if you want to. Special summon one zombie tuner with 0 defense from your deck, and that is often Uni-Zombie, because Uni-Zombie is 0 defense, and it is also an amazing monster in any zombie deck. So, if this card is banished, you can target one of your banished Sjiwanewi monsters, except Sjiwanewi Solitaire. Okay. Or up to 2 instead if Sjiwanewi style Synthesis is on the field. Special summon them. You can only use each effect of Sjiwanewi Solitaire once per turn. So that's really good. If this card is banished, you can target one of your banished Sjiwanewi monsters and special summon them. So we don't have the field spell because this is the field spell, the Sjiwanewi style Synthesis. We just saw that. This is a pretty good card, random card, but as well really good in this banished deck. Target up to 3 of your banished monsters, return them to the graveyard. Tribute one zombie type monster, then target 2 cards on the field. This is Sjiwanewi style Swallows Slash. Okay, yeah. Then target 2 cards on the field, destroy them. Then banish one Sjiwanewi monster from your deck. Okay, that's decent. This card's name becomes Sjiwanewi style Synthesis. That's where I knew this name from. That's why I thought this card was actually style Synthesis. Okay. While it is in the spell and trap zone, once per turn you can activate one of these effects. Sure. Banish one one face-up zombie type monster you control. You take no damage this turn, even if this card leaves the field. So you banish it face up from your field. Target 2 of your banished zombie type monster with 0 defense. Shuffle them both into the deck, then draw 1 card. That's really good. That's awesome. He has a monster with 2200 attack, so that's really bad, really scary, honestly. But yeah, like I said, this card's really good, so we are best off just summoning this card. We don't want this card on the field. I don't see a reason to. We only want it banished or in the graveyard, and we can use its effect. But and we only want this in the graveyard. So somehow we want to get these cards to the graveyard. But let's just start by summoning this. We can tribute one zombie monster, and that can of course be himself. So let's definitely do that, because we cannot special summon any other monsters on the field right now. Let's do that and see what we have in the deck. We only have 2 other monsters, Spectral Sword, and we already have Spectral Sword in the hand. So we have. Wait, it asked for one zombie tuner with 0 defense. So we only get shown tuners with 0 defense. I'm pretty sure they are all tuners, but I'm sorry, they all have 0 defense, but they're not all tuners. That's the thing. So let's see, tuners. You can tribute this card, then target 2 of your banished zombie monsters, except Spectral Sword himself, including a Sjiwanewi monster. Yeah. Special summon them in defense position, but negate their effects. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except zombie monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, yeah, sure. There's one thing left to do. We also have to read our synchro monsters. I'm not gonna use the links if they're not related to Sjiwanewi. They are related. Okay, so I have to read them actually. 2 zombie monsters. Synchro monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay, so we might have to get into link summons this battle. Fire monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, that's also interesting, because I'm not sure if all our synchro monsters are fire monsters, but then in that case they wouldn't be able to destroy it by card effects or by battle. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one of your banished zombie synchro monsters. Special summon it to your zone, discard points to. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay. And it's the same monster? Yeah, sure. Then we have a level 5 synchro monster. So we need a tuner and a non-tuner. That's pretty basic. You can only special summon this card once per turn. Yeah. If this card is special summoned, by the way, I have to mention, you can only special summon this card, or it's stating its name. If it says you can only special summon this card once per turn, does actually make a big difference. That's the difference between hard or soft once per turn. But I'm not gonna get into it. But just so you know, like I'm aware of that. Even if I say this card sometimes instead of its name. If this card is special summoned, you can target one monster on the field. Okay. Change its battle position. Interesting. If this card is banished, you can special summon one Sjiwanewi token. Okay. Why? Okay. You can only use this effect of Sjiwanewi Saga once per turn, and it has level 1. Like, that's not so useful. This card doesn't seem really useful. Level 5. Level 6. This is the card we just had. It was also not great, but it's decent. Oh, during either player's turn, you can target one of your banished zombie monsters, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, change to the defense position all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster's. Yeah. So that's difficult though. Okay, if this card is banished, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, it loses 500 attack. Also decent, but not that good. Level 7 and level 8 and level 10. Well, let's read the level 7. You can only special summon this card, once per turn. Once per turn, you can banish one face-up monster you control or in your graveyard. Then apply these effects in sequence, depending on what the monster was before it was banished. If it was any of these. Okay, interesting. If it was zombie, you can have all monsters you control gain 300 attack. Then, if it was also fire, you can destroy one spell trap on the field. Then, if it was also synchro, you can destroy one monster on the field. Interesting. This starts to become a little bit more interesting, but its attack is still quite mediocre. This has a decent attack, but that's it. I'm sorry, we still want to read the level 8 and level 10. A zombie type tuner and one non-tuner zombie type monster. If this card special summons, you can banish one zombie type monster from your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the banished monster his original attack. Okay, until the end of this turn. That's a pity. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished zombie type monster with 0 defense, return it to the graveyard. Not that good. It's a level 8. Zombie tuner plus 1 plus, so 1 or more non-tuner zombie monsters. If this card special summoned, okay, yeah, you can return any number of your zombie synchro monsters that are banished or are in your graveyard to the extra deck. That's not so useful. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls equal to the number of cards returned. Yeah, but how often do you get synchro monsters in the graveyard or banished? If a zombie monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish one Sjiwanewi monster from your graveyard instead. You can only special summon once per turn. Also not that good, only the stats are good. Okay, but we were in the middle of special summoning. We tributed this monster Solitaire, and we are gonna special summon, I guess, this monster in defense. Don't have a lot of other things to do right now. We will just use Sjiwanewi style Swallow to actually get this card in the graveyard. Yeah, to kill his 2 cards. With this card. Just summon them in defense position. Perhaps I should have done this monster, but it's also level 2. We would get the level 6 then next turn. Let's go. Battle phase, not much that will happen. And let's go to the end phase. Oh, I completely forgot to put this phase down. Oh man, I'm making mistakes. I am so sorry. I actually special summoned the wrong monster, and I forgot to put the trap card down. But maybe this is a good challenge that we are posing for ourselves. Alright, so let's start it all over and refresh the mind. Hey, Spectral Sword Shade. That's the card we just that just died and was in the graveyard. So this card, you can target one non-tuner zombie monster in your graveyard, banish it both it and this card. So yeah, you can't really go up to the high Sjiwanewi monsters. You can only do that by the other synchros, I feel. So you have to, I guess, synchro climb or something. Is that the case? Is that a word? Yeah, we will set this card. We will set this as well, and we will go to the end phase. So as long as he only has one monster, then we'll be fine, I hope. But let's see what he does. Ooh, yes, another monster. Yeah, then we will actually activate this effect, because also we want to see if what this card is. If the card sent from the field to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can add one Sjiwanewi card from your deck to your hand. That's pretty good. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn, yeah. If this card is banished, okay, you can activate this effect. This turn, zombie monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Okay, that's cool. We will just tribute this and kill his 2 monsters, I think. That's the best part. No, we're not gonna kill that card. We're gonna kill this one and this one. And we still don't know what this is, but... Oh, and then we banish a card from our graveyard. I think... Ooh, we have... Okay, now we can read more monsters, actually. So, we have this card. If this card is banished, nothing happens. We had this. If this card is banished, you can target one zombie monster you control, gets 600 attack. We don't control any monster right now. And this is... you can tribute this card. That's pretty good as well. This is your zombie monster gonna be destroyed by battle. We also have this card. Okay, then we have Spirit Master. If this card is banished, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls. This is not face-up. That's a pity, so we will not banish that. Perhaps... Oh, this is a really good card, by the way. You can banish one zombie monster from your graveyard. This card gains 600 attack, and if it does, banish any monster that battled this card. After damage calculation, these effects last until the end of this turn. If this card is banished, you can target one Sjiwanewi monster in your graveyard. Accept, and then add it to your hand. You can only use each effect. Oh, that's pretty good. This decent. I like it. This is not useful to banish. As cards, you can target one of your banished Sjiwanewi monsters, or up to 2 instead. If Sjiwanewi Synthesis is on the field, special summon them. You can only use this effect if Sjiwanewi Solitaire once per turn. Yeah, and then we have this Squire, last card. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Sjiwanewi Spectral Sword monster. So there are more Spectral Sword monsters from your hand or deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except zombie monsters. If this card's banished, you can draw 1 card, then discard 1 card. Okay, so this is also a really good option, and I also like this one. Because I think we're gonna do this one. And then we're gonna ditch this card to the graveyard. Activate effect for sure. We're gonna draw 1 card, see what we draw. Hey, that's a decent card. Then we're gonna discard 1 card, and it will be this one, because we had to get it in the graveyard somehow. He has Book of Moon. That's a really good card. Book of Life, I'm sorry. Target 1 zombie monster in your graveyard and 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon the first target. Also banish the second. Let's see what he banished. Wow, that's really smart. He knows how to play against our deck. This is Swallow Slash again. Okay. So yeah, now we don't have... Yeah, we don't have this card in our graveyard anymore. Otherwise, we would be able to Synchro Summon. Ooh. That's really smart by him. Target 2 if you banish, including Sjiwanewi monsters, special summon them in defense position, but negate their effects. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except... Okay, so perhaps we could do this, because then we would have 3 stars, 4 stars, that's 7, and it would make 9. Okay, that's not useful, unfortunately. So we would have 2, 4, so we could also make the 6. The level 6 synchro. That's the thing we have to remember. We have level 5, level 6, level 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10, but we don't have a 9, so that's a pity. What we could also do is summon this one. Yeah, that's not super useful because we can only special summon tuners, so this doesn't have any. This only has an effect if you have... Ooh, that might work. So we have 3 here. No, that still won't work, because this is an odd number. Oh, that's so annoying. This is an odd number, and then because basically if we get these 2 cards on the field, including this one, then we could special summon this guy as well, but he's level 2. So then we would have level 8. Let's just try it. Let's go for that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna summon this one. This monster, this is called... Wait, let me get his name right, otherwise... Shade. Okay, Shade. We're gonna activate him, his effect, tribute him to the graveyard. Special summon them both. Oh, no. Okay, yes, okay. I was a little bit afraid. No, we're not gonna chain that. And let's... Yeah, defense position, sure, but their effects are negated anyway. Let's see how it says it. Yeah, so there's it, they're crossed through. Okay, then we can special summon this guy from the graveyard. Yes, then we have level 8 on the field. Face up defense, sure. Banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is banished, you can target 1 zombie monster you control. It gains 600 attack until the end of its turn. I think that happens after the summon, so let's go for it. Let's do the level 8. Oh, we also have the link. I completely forgot. Synchro monster you control cannot be destroyed. So it protects during your opponent's turn. You can target one of your banished summon must special summon it. Synchro monsters. Ah, okay. So this monster is only viable once we have synchro monster on the field and in the graveyard. Otherwise, it's not that useful. Let's go for the level 8. Discard special summon. You can target one. You can banish one summon monster from a graveyard. This card gains attack. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's go for it. Alright. Let's go for this Synchro Summon. I, by the way, yet have to learn about where the position... Ooh, this is Shogun Saga. This is the one we actually saw. Yeah, we can banish one from the graveyard. Let's banish a useless card. Like, this card doesn't have anything useful when it's... like, in the graveyard doesn't have anything useful. This card does, if it does get banished. And it's still quite a lot of attack as well. So I think this is the best one to banish. Activate the... Yes, we're also gonna activate that effect. That gives this monster 600 attack. Alright. No, we're not gonna chain this. Then resolve, 600 attack. Then this banish. Activate Sjiwanewi's Choir. Yes, for sure. This banish, we can draw one card, then discard one card. Ooh, Monster Reborn. We will discard. Ooh, Sjiwanewi's Solitaire is such a good card. I don't want to discard it actually. But I think that's our best bet for now. Yeah, this card doesn't have an effect in the graveyard, but I think it's yeah, we want monsters in the graveyard after all. So then we're gonna set this card. Also, we're gonna set this card. We should have done it in the main phase too. I just realized, but oh well, we'll be fine. We also have if this card's in your graveyard, the turn it was sent to, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard. So that's why we cannot use it right now. So we have to wait a turn. That's in the meta play. That's really bad. Like that's not really good. But okay, let's go to the battle phase. And let's attack. Nope, not gonna chain anything. Ooh. Ooh, it's gonna destroy 2 of our cards. That's why, oh, by the way, this is so perfect. This is why I should not put down 2 cards. Because now he destroyed 1 more card. And if I only had 1 card, then he wouldn't be able to do that. So I guess this is a good learning experience. Or at least a showcase. I already knew it, but I made a mistake, so... that's, by the way, a common theme with the game. You will definitely make mistakes along the way. As long as you learn and see what your mistakes are and learn from them, then I feel they're fine. Activate the effect of Sjiwanewi's Shogun Saga. Let's see. The effect was if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, target one of your banished zombie-type monster with 0 defense, return it to the graveyard. Yeah, sure. Also, always. I feel this card, the other cards that we are gonna... I like this effect when it's banished, but this effect when it's can special summon itself, that's really good as well. Let's go for this one. Chain. Oh, wait, hold up 1 second. What did it change? If this card's banished, they banished this card from the deck, of course. You can target one Sjiwanewi monster and grave it, add it to your hand. Yeah, sure. We're not gonna chain anything to it. So he's gonna add something to his hand, and that's gonna be Spirit Master. Okay, that was really well played, because our monster actually had a really high attack, but it doesn't have any protection without the Link monster. So, alright, we were in that phase. Yeah, let's go to the end phase. So, this card was banish 1 face of zombie type monster you control. You take no damage this turn, even if this card leaves the field. Target 2 of your banished zombie type monsters with 0 defense. Shove them both into the deck, draw 1 card. We don't have 2 banished anymore, right? So I feel like this... Ooh, we might do bad here. Ooh, this card's good. Equip only... Oh no, it's not good, sorry. Equip to a zombie type monster against 300 attack. So he has Spirit Monster and Smith. Yeah, we can chain it, but we don't it doesn't do anything for us. Nope, thanks. Nope, thanks. Nope. Okay, I just thought, by the way, we could have used Monster Reborn on the Synchro Monster, for example. But we will do it this turn and see what we can get out of it. This card's name becomes, since Sjiwanewi style synthesis. Yeah, while it's in the spell and trap zone. Once per turn you can activate one of these effects. Banish one zombie type monster from your graveyard. The normal and special summons of your zombie monsters cannot be negated for the rest of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. Target one zombie monster you control, banish it. Then you can send one zombie monster with 0 defense from your deck to the graveyard. Huh, not bad. Okay, let's do this. I think this card, this card's not that good because we get our monsters back from the banished pile pretty quickly anyway. So we special summon, of course. We're not gonna chain anything. Okay, yeah, so we would actually like a small zombie monster. This is special summon, you can banish one. Sometime monster from your graveyard, this card gains attack. Yeah, so we're actually gonna do the same thing with the same monster, this monster. Right. And I almost forgot we can actually synchro summon using the level 2, this card. So, but we will do that later. Activate the effect, yes, for sure. We're not gonna chain anything. Discard one card from your hand. I think it might be this one because we're not really gonna use this card, so I felt like it was not that useful. We can banish and return from the banish pretty easily. Even with this card, target 2 of your banished zombie type monsters, 0 defense, shuffle them back and draw one card. That's way better than just returning them to the graveyard. Yeah, so we can actually summon this. Hold up, I think it is more logical to first synchro summon. So let's do that. So we will synchro summon. We can banish this one and we can get the level 6 out. Chain the effect? No, we're not gonna chain it. Yes, level 6. So once returning, you banish your target one, but if you banish, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, yeah, change the battle position. So that's also better. Like that's also, it has at least an effect when you. Oh, this is. Man, there's so many effects chaining on each other. I almost forget some effects, but indeed, if this card is banished, then you get an effect. Yes, and we actually want to change something to it if we can. Ooh, we cannot. Select monster to special summon. Hold up. You can target one of your banished, or up to 2 instead of this. If it's on the field, special summon them. Ah, okay, so this is actually a really good effect. I'm starting to get the hang of this deck. We should have flipped the trap card face up, or put this card face down, because then Sjiwanewi Styles and Thesis would be on the field. Alright, let's go. Regardless. I think this card's decent. No, this card's really bad. This one's pretty decent. Chain, if we can. Just its activation, just so it's face up. Use the effect now? No, not necessary. So this effect. Once per turn during either player's turn, you get target one of your banished zombie monsters, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, change it to defense position. So we can change one of these to defense position, but I don't think I want to do that. It's not really that useful, because then they don't get damage if we attack them. Face up attack position. Oh, now we can go into higher fusions actually, because we have 4 and 6. So synchros, I mean, but they're not tuners. So that's the thing I don't completely follow. Are synchro monsters automatically tuners? Because level 10 requires a zombie monster, zombie tuner, and a zombie non-tuner monster, but none of them say tuner here. So oh, maybe it's only asking the link. Yeah, okay, my bad then. 2 zombie monsters, synchro type monster control can be destroyed by card effects. So this is actually pretty good one. I like this. So that will be a good combo. You can target one of your, shove it into the deck. Discard to banish. You can target one face-up monster you control. Yeah, okay. I think. Yeah, I think we're just gonna link summon. This feels so weird to me, but wait, link tree. Wait, hold up. It says 2 zombie type monster you control, but it's link tree, so I think we need 3 monsters then. Hold up, let me to be sure just use this card. Now we have. Can we not? We cannot do the synchro things because we don't have a tuner. Okay. Wait, let's do some other things first then. Because we can link this away, but this card actually has a pretty good effect if it's sent from the field to the graveyard as synchro material. That would be really nice, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Banish one zombie monster, the normal special summon cannot be negated this turn. That's decent, but that's like normally that's really good, but against these opponents that's not really useful. Target one zombie monster you control, banish it, then send one zombie monster with 0 defense from your deck to the graveyard. Hmm. If this card's banished, you can activate this turn. You cannot be destroyed with battle. I think our best bet is just to go for the battle phase, honestly, because yeah, there are 3 in here. Or activate this effect, the second effect. Draw 1 card. See what we can draw. We will shuffle this back and this back. Shuffle them back. Oh, I love the visuals, animations. Ooh, we drew Spirit Master. Banish it when this feels okay. Cool. We got a card. We go to the battle phase. We attack. Confirm. So we're learning step by step some things about this deck. Alright, he has an effect. When it's sent to the... No, wait, what? Which had an effect? Okay, I'm not sure if anything happened there. Yeah, as you can see, Yu-Gi-Oh! You have to pay a lot of attention, and it gets way more complicated as we even only include the Synchro Summons. It's a lot more complicated immediately. Yeah, this card doesn't have an effect in our opponent's phase turn, so let's just go to the end phase. Yeah, this was only till the end of the turn. Alright. Tribute to the Doomed. We can discard 1 card, target 1 monster, and if you destroy it. Which monster is it targeting? Yeah. Activate effect once. Yeah, that's actually what we wanted. We wanted this guy to go to the graveyard because if this card on field is destroyed by a battle card effect, you can target 1 zombie type monster, return it to the graveyard. And that monster is actually what we want because it allows us to Synchro Summon again. Spectral Sword. What is his name? That's it. Spectral Sword. Okay. We can chain the effect of banish 1 face up zombie type monster you control, take no damage this turn. That's decent, but I don't really feel the need to banish any of these monsters. I'd rather use them for... I can banish this one, but yeah, no, let's not do it. Sword Master. Oh, that's the cards in your graveyard, so you want to send it to the graveyard somehow. Yeah, this is the Synchro Summon effect. Yep. So, first we have this here. Yes, I think we're gonna Synchro Summon first. Let's Synchro Summon with, I think, Solitaire if we have it. Yeah, or oh, we can... This is even better. Yep, it is. Let's bring out the level 10 one. We're not gonna chain anything. It's basically just experience now, building up experience, just so we know what the level 10 does. What's up, Sun Saga? Hey, the effect. Okay, let's read the effect again. You can, if this card special summoned, you can return any number of your zombie synchro monsters that are banished or are in your graveyard. And the extra, and then you can destroy cards your opponent controls equal to the number of cards returned. So that doesn't target. That's pretty good. But yeah, he doesn't have any cards. So then you can destroy cards your opponent controls. Why is it asking me to activate the effect? Because we cannot destroy. But let's try and see what happens. Because we, if I read it right correctly, then we destroy cards your opponent controls, not card that we control. So why does it allow us to do so? We're not gonna chain that. Nope. We're gonna shuffle this back. Then destroy 1 card our opponent controls. Yeah. Okay. So we don't have to resolve the effect. We can only pay the cost. No, that doesn't make sense. You can return any number of your zombie synchro monsters that are banished or in graveyard to the extra deck. Then, I think this is the cost if this card special summon, and then you can activate this effect. You can activate this effect, but the second part of the effect. So you have part A and part B of your effect, and part B doesn't go through, basically, or it doesn't happen. Doesn't have to happen either. If it can't. Okay, so if a zombie monster you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 Sjiwanewi monster from your graveyard instead. Okay, that's pretty good. Still we have this, we can banish 1 monster face up. Target 1 zombie monster you control, banish it, then send 1 zombie monster to the graveyard. I don't think that's incredibly useful, but it can help you out in a pinch. Pinnacle or something, yeah. You only have 1 banished monster, so let's go to the battle phase. And let's attack with our Sun Saga. No, we're not gonna change. What's up? What's up, Sun Saga? So I think Solitaire is a really good card, and I played with it, but I never used the second effect where if it was banished effect, because I didn't play with a Sjiwanewi deck. Alright, with that being said, we beat it with the loner deck, and now we can actually try to start. Ooh, we're gonna get a card. Free range monsters. We're gonna read it when we if we win. Let's say when we win. When actually means that we are gonna win. So, and we for sure are. Let's see what the opponent has in store for us against our Blue Eyes White Dragon ritual deck. Okay, the opponent starts. Ooh, 0 defense. That's always cool to see, but he didn't play the monster in defense position, and I don't think we can change it with our cards that we currently have. So bingo machine go. Let's add a Blue Eyes White Dragon to the hand. Alright. Then we can actually, I think we can do this. We're best off doing this, yeah, because we can kill with the effect. Yeah, I'm gonna try to speak out loud what I think. So basically we added Blue Eyes White Dragon to the hand to be able to special summon Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. I see this combo, by the way, so we'll get to that. And then to use the effect to destroy his monster. We could have killed it by battle and done damage, but we actually have a better option now, because now we are like, that's the thing, if your opponent has face down cards, they might be incredibly good. Like you want to get rid of them before you enter the battle phase. That's basically the theory, or the idea at least. So we can send this to the graveyard with that effect, with the his name was Monster with Eyes of Blues, yeah, Eyes of Blue, and then we can special summon our beautiful Dragon Spirit of White and banish one of his spell traps. So then we at least only have one left in the battle phase, and let's banish this card. Call Taunted. Okay, that wasn't super scary, but it was something. So let's special summon this. We unfortunately do not have enough damage to be able to kill him in this turn, if this card happens to be nothing interesting. Which will summon our Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, but we're close. It's a little bit unfortunate we don't have a, like, not unfortunate, but if this card happened to be a Return of the Dragon Lords, then we would have won. Assuming that this card doesn't do anything, but let's not think ahead, and let's go to the battle phase and just see. Alright, yeah, it is apparently nothing interesting, so or not something that can protect him. That's what I think for now. Let's go to the main phase. We didn't forget to do anything, and let's go to the end phase. Let's put this away. Alright. We can activate it, but there's no use to activate that effect. Alright, another Chaos Max. Yeah, that won't do as much good, honestly, but he has a defense position monster, so I'm always happy to see that. While we have Chaos Max on the field. So, 0 damage. Oof, whoplash, my man. Devil Sjiwanewi. That's the end of you. Okay, nice. So, we won. And with that, we only have one left, and that's our goal here. Let's read the card. During the main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon set 1 monster. So it's a trap card. Unfortunately, not that good. You're better off using double summon. Okay, so this is scenario again. Scenario. I used the word clip. It's not the clip. It's apparently scenario. Let's turn this down. Though the world of humans had become peaceful, the battle between the Sjiwanewi style and the specters continued. The Sjiwanewi samurai and the spirit of the founder united into Sjiwanewi Shogun Saga. He slashed a great many specters, but he could not eradicate them. The Sjiwanewi samurai was highly trained mentally and physically, and possessed great skill, but they couldn't reproduce the grandeur of the founder's battle prowess. To seal off the specters, comrades of the Sjiwanewi style rushed to prepare the final measures. The specters that noticed this sieged upon the fort that acted as their base. Meanwhile, the Sjiwanewi style were readying the Sjiwanewi style Samsara. That's a trap card. By combining Sjiwanewi Spirit Master and Sjiwanewi Solitaire, they created the so-called gate, connecting their world and the spirit world. What is to be done with that gate? In the cold atmosphere, the practitioners' chant reverberated. Never heard of that word. The specters surrounded the fort and gradually focused their siege. At the peak of the practitioners' chants, the ultimate Sjiwanewi style force appeared through the gate, the founder and apex. It was the form of Sjiwanewi Sun Saga. Nice. The specters were terrified. Among the specters, some still remembered being felled by this young samurai. The power of Sjiwanewi Sun Saga was tremendous, and he cut down the remaining specters and successfully sealed them away. Nice, he came back from the dead, of course. And so the war waged for hundreds of years between the Sjiwanewi style and the specters came to an end. Alright, so that's the end of the war, the end of the specters, and also the end of the episode, guys. So, heir to the Sjiwanewi style. So we actually got a deck that has these cards. A deck that aims to use for Synchro Summon. Monsters are often banished when effects are activated, but banished monsters may have their own effect, so make the most out of them. Gate clear. Alright. You found a new card pack. So yeah, now that's actually the card pack. Let's check it out. Just I'm not gonna buy it because again I don't think this deck. Ooh, wait, it does have Mizuki in it. Hold up. That is really interesting. It does have Mizuki in it. Mizuki is a pretty good standard what is it? Zombie monster. I'm sorry, couldn't come up with the word. I don't see Unizombie or any other really great. It's all Sjiwanewi. I don't see other great zombie monsters, unfortunately. Cards included. It's again a lot. Yes. Okay. You can get every card. All right. So yeah, we are still at the same amount of diamonds, so we still aren't moving closer to 10,000. But we will be soon, I hope. And by then we can actually start to open packs again and see if we can maybe even use a new deck, and then we can also use the new deck in the solo mode, of course. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time as well. Peace out.